All right, Dave Ramsey on mutual funds. Let's go.
Steve is with us. Steve's in
What's
New
up,
York
Steve?
City. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Hey, Dave and John. Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it.
Sure. What's up?
Well, recently retired, about a year now, 53 years old.
Recently
I have
retired.
my work retirement, but my mom had passed away about 18 months ago.
Sorry to
We
hear
sold
that.
her house, and I
It's tough.
inherited 150,000 that way.
Woo! 150K, baby.
Now it's up to me to invest it through mutual funds. I'm not super duper comfortable with it. I mean, I have some ideas, but I don't know between regular mutual funds, tax deferred mutual funds. Do I go all in with the 150 or do I piecemeal it? And
Okay.
just
Do you have
stuff
any
like that.
debt?
Currently, just my one son's college. He's a senior.
How much do you owe on that?
We probably owe another 35,000 for him.
Okay. We need to set that aside, right?
Yeah, we have that, and we have some savings.
Okay. And so there's no debt associated with the college. You just have an obligation.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Do you have a home mortgage?
Not any longer. Nope.
Good for you.
This guy is set right now. I mean, no mortgage, money aside for the kids. Sad his mom passed, but he inherited 150K. He's in good shape. I mean, I hate to
Good
say
for
it.
you. Okay. Couple of things on investing. Let's start at the top. Number one, you don't invest in things that you don't understand.
That's why we're here, Dave. Teach
You
us.
never invest in things because some goob on the radio like me said do it.
It's true.
Or some goob on the internet that's even worse said do it. Okay. So you understand it. The Bible says in the multitude of counsel, there is safety. And what that means is you get some experts around you to give you advice. And the advice is not that you follow the expert. The advice is so that you understand something you didn't understand before. So your financial people need to have the heart of a teacher. So that when you sit down with your financial person and you get up and leave, you need to know something you didn't know before you sit down. Every time.
That heart of a teacher point is so important, right? And I think the core of that is the ability to take complex ideas and package them into very understandable small niblets to people like him who don't really have an understanding of the Federal Reserve, the stock market, all the rules, bonds, ETFs, infrastructure, right? You know, like someone like him he's actually quite wise by just reaching out first, right? I inherited this money instead of just thinking he knows what to do, like, I don't know. So he knows what he doesn't know. So he's already ahead of the curve.
Every time. Okay. I spent an hour and a half in my office yesterday with our chief digital officer and three of our top senior tech guys, and they were trying to teach me.
Oh, jeez.
That's how to log on.
Such a great mood today,
about our digital platform. And I do not have to be a digital expert to be the CEO of this digital company, but I do have to grasp the vernacular, and I do have to grasp enough of it to help them to make wise decisions under their help. So the multitude of counsel, these experts are in my office teaching me about my company yesterday. In this case, they're teaching you about your money that you inherited from the passing of your parent, right? And so,
right, a great leader is able to take counsel and then make a good decision on a topic he may not fully grasp, right? That's kind of what he's getting at here.
So you're going to gather that up. You do not have to have an MBA in finance,
right,
in order to make easy financial decisions, basic investing decisions. Now, so rule number one is you don't do it unless you understand it. Rule number two is you put somebody in your life that has the heart of a teacher. You can click SmartVestor Pro at DaveRamsey.com or SmartVestor and find the person in your area we recommend. They don't work for us. They pay us an endorsement fee, and they have to agree to
See, if you were in his shoes, what you got to do is go to a Fidelity, a Schwab, a Vanguard, and then just, 150K, someone will sit down and talk with you, and the heart of the teacher, right? Exactly as he's saying, and just kind of get an understanding of what your options are. And I like what he also said about how you have to talk to multiple people, because that should give you a confidence of you'll see some overlap, you might see some disagreement, and it just gives you this greater picture of where the money should go and greater confidence that you're not putting it in the wrong place because you heard multiple opinions,
Approach your investing the way that we teach and with the heart of a teacher. I personally invest, Steve, inside my retirement accounts in 4 types of mutual funds: growth and income, aggressive growth, and international. Outside of retirement accounts, those funds all create taxes each year as they grow. That's a problem. There's two ways to avoid that with your 150,000. My preference is, and the one that I personally do is, I invest in mutual funds, growth stock mutual funds that
Mhm.
have what's called a low turnover ratio. Now, you ready for the teaching part?
Okay.
Here we go. If you buy a rental house for $200,000 and it goes up in value to $300,000 and you still own it, you do
don't
not
know.
owe taxes on that 100,000 in growth because you've not sold the house. Agreed?
Right.
Correct.
So you've got capital gains growth, but you don't have any taxes because you've not sold it. Stock is the same way. If a share of stock goes from $50 to $70, you don't pay taxes on that $20 gain until you sell it. Same is true inside a mutual fund. The turnover ratio is when they sell the stock inside the mutual fund. If it has a 90% turnover ratio, that means almost all the stocks get sold every year. And so
Mhm.
all those gains are going to be taxable every year. If
Ooh.
they have
Yeah.
So then why not put an index fund, right? I didn't understand that about mutual funds till now. But if it's generating a ton of tax, then I got to put it in a retirement account. The issue with putting in the retirement account is if you ever want to use it for a different purpose, like buy a home, it's more challenging to access it. Like, why not just have it in an index fund in a regular account, like an ETF that tracks the S&P 500, which has returned on average better than any of the mutual funds over, like, I think it beats 80% of the mutual funds. So I don't know. This is like give and take here, but I never liked the idea personally. I have the retirement account through my work, but I don't like putting more money into something that's a walled garden and not have any other options, right? Especially because I'm young. I want to buy a house, invest in some other things, take some risks, and what Steve preaches a lot of times is good for most people because it doesn't allow them to kind of take into it, steal. But for other people that want to be a little more of a go-getter, you're kind of stuck.
I want to get into
5%,
that, right?
if they have a 5% turnover ratio, which is a low turnover ratio, that means you're not going to pay taxes on the increase in value until you sell the mutual fund because
Back to heart of a teacher, though. It's like this is probably going way over this guy's head. I would have been like, lump it into the index S&P 500, call it a day. Bye, see ya.
they aren't
Like
selling the stocks inside the mutual funds hardly at all, much like that rental house or that share of stock. Did that make sense?
It definitely did. So that low turnover, what number am I looking at? Is it
Under
really
10? You want an under
10%?
10% turnover ratio.
Under 10%. Okay.
Yeah, because anything that turns over, the gain is they're going to send you a tax bill on the gain every year.
Every year, yes. Okay.
So you want it to not turn
qué
over hardly
huevo.
at all, so that it only grows without taxes until you sell it. Now, if you hold it a year, when you sell it, you're going to be taxed at capital gains rate 15%.
So why not steer him to the index fund then? That doesn't have that problem. This is what we're not understanding here, guys. Like, I'm not getting this.
Rather than the ordinary income rate 30%, 40%. So
Right.
the tax
Okay,
rate,
yeah,
the tax rate's also much lower for you. So it's tax efficient two different ways. One is you're not taxed till you sell it, and two is when you do sell it, it's taxed at a capital gains rate.
All right, we'll cut it here. I'm going to say, take a take here, just stay away from those products. I mean, unless you have a specific one in mind and a specific strategy, mutual funds, like I just don't understand why you would pick a mutual fund over an index fund when, like I previously mentioned, index funds perform better. You don't have any of this turnover and this. I didn't even know that some of them do 90% turnover. All of a sudden, I'm getting a tax bill at the end of the year. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do with this thing? I don't want to deal with any of that, right? What, like, is it really worth the extra hassle? Like, is the mutual fund the guy that is, choosing which stocks to be in the fund that good that it's worth all that other headache and dealing with? Probably not. I don't know, man. This just seems like a weird, he went into heart of a teacher, but then kind of like shot over his head, right? Like, yeah, index funds all the way, baby. That's where it's at. Anyways, thank you. I'll cut it off here. Thank you all. Please subscribe. Love you.